Welcome back to the Plant-Based Lady podcast. I am your host, Catalina, and I've got a really important and honestly, it's very personal. It's a very personal topic to share with you today. I need to apologize for missing last Thursday. I am so sorry. Life has a funny way of throwing curveballs, right? And lately, one has literally landed squarely in my shoulder. That's right. I am facing major surgeries, shoulder surgery very soon. And it's a big deal, right? And naturally, I've been spending a lot of time thinking about recovery, preparation, and how I can set myself up, right? How can I set myself up for the absolute best outcome, right? And that, my friends, led me down a rabbit hole of research, reaffirming something that I already deeply believe in. Which is the incredible power of a whole food, plant based diet. You know that I know that you know that I know. I mean, we talk about healthy eating, right? We talk about that a lot, but when you're looking down the barrel of a major medical procedure, right? And you're the suddenly healthy, right? Takes on a whole new urgent meaning, right? And so I want to walk you through exactly how embracing a whole food plant-based diet can profoundly benefit you. Absolutely. Or anybody you know before, during, and after a major surgery. And yes, I'll be sharing a bit about how I'm applying all of this to my own upcoming surgery journey, right? So now, before we dive deep, I want to just quickly mention that, if you're listening to this and you're thinking, you know what? Wow, I really need to get on board, right? With this whole food plant-based thing, right? Then please, I love you. Stick around because I'll be sharing some details later about my 12-week whole food plant-based group coaching program. It's called the Plant Based Bash, baby, and a new bash kicks off on the first of every single month. That's right. And it's definitely designed. I've designed it to give you all the tools, support, lots of support, and community that you need to make this powerful, very powerful shift, right? The more, but more on that later. Let's talk about surgery prep, right? All right, let's start with before surgery, right? This is what I'm calling the pre-surgical phase, right? It's where you have like this a huge opportunity to empower your body. Absolutely, positively. And please think of it like training for a marathon, right? You're training for a marathon, but instead of running, you're building your internal reserves and reducing potential roadblocks for healing, right? So, first off, and this is massive, okay? Reducing inflammation. Reducing inflammation is huge. And, chronic inflammation in your body, your beautiful body, is like constantly running on rough roads, right? Your body's constantly running on rough roads. It's just like it just wears everything down. And when you're about to have surgery, you want your body to be as calm. You want your beautiful body to be as calm and receptive as possible, right? Absolutely, positively, yes, please, right? And guess what? A whole food plant based diet is basically an anti inflammatory powerhouse. It's packed with loads and loads of antioxidants, phytonutrients that work synergistically together, right? To quiet systemic inflammation throughout your whole body. And for my shoulder, I personally focused on really dialing in on my intake of berries, dark leafy greens, right? To give my body the best fighting chance against any inflammation that could hinder my recovery, you know? But please, again, for the love of everything that is cool, discuss and connect with your personal doc, please, before you make any dietary or supplemental changes or anything like that. What I'm sharing with you today, I love you, is just for informational purposes, okay? Seriously, folks, I'm hugging you so much. Please, for the love of everything that is cool, stay connected with your personal care provider. I love you. Seriously, folks, it's so important that you just stay strongly connected, especially when you're having surgery, right? With your own healthcare provider. So then there's, optimal nutrient stores, right? Surgery is a huge stressor, right? And your body needs all hands on deck, meaning robust reserves of vitamins, minerals, amino acids for repair, for the repair of your tissues and to keep your immune system humming, right? And, a whole food plant based diet delivers these in abundance and in a form your body, your beautiful body can very easily, automatically absorb. Unlike, when you think about it, right? Those highly processed foods or even animal products, those are very inflammatory for your beautiful body. Yeah, absolutely. They can add an inflammatory element to your scene. So plants offer clean, potent fuel. I'm thinking about all like the vitamin C for collagen, right? The zinc for immunity, and the huge diverse array of B vitamins for energy, right? That I'm getting from my diet right now, right? So I'm locking and I'm loading, baby. And speaking of immunity, let's talk about gut health, right? This is a huge one. Your gut microbiome, right? All those tiny little organisms, right, living in your digestive system, they play an enormous role in your immune system. Absolutely, big time. And a fiber rich, whole food, plant based diet is like gourmet food, man. It's gourmet food for those beneficial gut bacteria, right? And the more diverse and healthy your gut microbiome is, the stronger your overall immune defenses are going to be, right? And that's exactly what we want, right? It's crucial. It's crucial because post operative infections are always a concern. And, a strong immune system is your best defense. Absolutely. I'm focusing on absolutely incorporating a lot of fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, right? Definitely all that good stuff alongside a wide variety of plant foods to really boost my gut diversity before surgery, Super important. And lastly, before surgery, a whole food plant based diet is fantastic for blood sugar control and weight management, right? Big. If you're managing, conditions like type 2 diabetes or obesity, which can sometimes increase surgical risks, right? Oftentimes, this way of eating can really, truly help stabilize blood sugar levels and support healthy weight loss, right? Yes, very healthy weight loss. This makes you more resilient. It makes you a much more resilient surgical candidate, right? Overall, it helps reduce complications. I've personally found that being whole food plant based helps me maintain a healthy weight. And I don't even try. It's one less thing, right, that I have to worry about, when I'm heading into this big procedure. I'm already nervous about it, right? So, you know, by consciously adopting this way of eating in the weeks or months leading up to your surgery, you're not just passively waiting, right? And just sitting around, just waiting for it. You're actively, powerfully building a stronger, more resilient foundation for your beautiful body to heal. It's a proactive step that gives you a sense of control, right? That's always nice, right? And empowerment, which is even better, right? So, okay, let's move into the during surgery phase, right? So now, obviously, you're not eating on the operating room table, right? But the preparation you've done in the weeks and the months leading up to the procedure, right? Truly comes into play here. Big, huge. Your body's entire metabolic state, its nutritional reserves, and its overall health are a direct reflection of what you've been putting in it. A healthier, less inflamed body, primed by a whole food plant-based diet, is simply better equipped, right, to handle the physiological stress of surgery itself. Yes. And this can very potentially lead to less strain on your organs, right? And a more stable condition, right? Throughout the entire procedure. I'm hugging you. Think about it, right? Think about enhanced blood flow. The nutrients from a whole food plant-based diet support healthy blood vessel function. Yes, that's what you want. This means better circulation of oxygen and vital nutrients, right, to your tissues, right? Which is absolutely crucial when your body's undergoing surgical intervention. Oh, every cell needs that oxygen to perform at its complete best, especially under stress, right? And that stronger immune response we talked about, right? It carries directly into the operating room, baby. Directly into the operating room. And a well-nourished immune system, honey, ready for action, thanks to your whole food plant-based eating, may way better withstand the demands of surgery, helping to reduce the risk of complications, right, during and immediately after the procedure, right? It's like think about it, right? It's like having your body's internal defense team fully energized and ready for duty, yo. It might sound less tangible than direct post-op benefits, but trust me, the internal environment that you create before surgery has a profound impact on what your body can handle during it. Yes, please, right? It's all interconnected. It's all connected. Now, for the part that most people are probably thinking about when they consider surgery, after surgery, right? After surgery, it's scary. This is where the magic of a whole food plant-based diet truly shines in your recovery. And I'm personally holding on to these these benefits really tight as I envision my own shoulder recovery. First up, look, listen, accelerated wound healing. Yes, please. Your body needs building blocks to repair itself, right? Yes, plant proteins along with a huge array of vitamins like vitamin C and K and minerals like zinc are absolutely vital for collagen production, right? And tissue repair. Yes, check. A whole food plant-based diet provides these essential nutrients in a highly bioavailable form, right? It's automatic. Think of all the amino acids, right? Beans, right? The vitamin C in bell peppers and oranges. These are directly fueling your body's repair shop, right? And then there's a decreased pain and the decrease in pain and inflammation, right? Oh, hail to the yeah. It keeps working post-op. Yes, sweet. By continuing to eat a whole food plant-based diet, you're helping. You're helping to reduce ongoing pain and swelling, which can potentially very well lessen your resilience, on strong your reliance rather. So sorry. Um yeah, with that decreased inflammation, you won't have to rely on painkillers as much, right? You'll heal faster. Imagine waking up, overall with less inflammation, right? Making your physical therapy a bit easier to handle. That's my goal. Okay. A big one for many people after surgery is improved bowel function, right? We want to make sure as a nurse that you're going to the bathroom right afterwards, right? Anesthesia, medications, they oftentimes they bind us up, right? And it's just miserable. It's miserable when you're already recovering, right? The high fiber content of a whole food plant-based diet naturally improves it makes for healthy digestion, right? And regular bowel movements. It can, it can make a time that's very uncomfortable, right? During recovery and all of that so much smoother. Trust me, okay? You want things to be moving easily. you know, you also get sustained energy and vitality. Recovery is hard work, man, and your body is burning a lot of calories just to heal, right? And a whole food plant based diet provides sustained energy from complex carbohydrates, preventing those energy crashes that can leave you feeling really, really drained, right? You need that. You need that steady fuel to support your body, your beautiful body's immense task of repair. I love you. I know personally, I'll be needing all that energy I can get from my physical therapy sessions. So, yes, please, all of that. All of that, I'll take it. And finally, continuing with a whole food plant based diet can lead to a reduced risk of complications, right? And, think about it. By consistently supporting a robust immune system and keeping inflammation, right? That inflammation at bay, you're lowering your risk of post-operative infections, right? And all those other potential issues. Mm-hmm. And this means a smoother, quicker recovery with fewer setbacks. And that's the ultimate goal, for my shoulder. A straightforward, complication free, man, healing journey. So, as you can hear, right, embracing a whole food plant based diet it's not just about weight loss or heart health or all of that stuff. It's not just, though, it truly, it really, it's slamming for those things too. It's a strategic, powerful choice for anybody facing a major surgery. It's about empowering your body to be its absolute strongest, most resilient self, right? And optimizing your entire journey from preparation all the way through, baby, all the way through the procedure and into a successful, vibrant, super vibrant, easy breezy recovery. And you know what? I'm personally all in on this for my own shoulder surgery. And you know what? I feel so much more confident knowing I'm giving my beautiful body, right? The absolute best fuel possible. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, right? All right, girl, this sounds amazing, Catalina, but how do I actually do it, girl? How do I make this a sustainable part of my life, right? Especially when I'm dealing with, pre-surgical, pre-op jitters or post-op fatigue, right? And that's exactly why I created my 12-week, I've written, designed, created my 12-week whole food plant-based group coaching program. Yeah, this program is designed to take the guesswork out of transitioning to a whole food plant-based lifestyle, right? Honestly, it's not just about what to eat. It's not just about what to eat, baby. It's about how to integrate, right? It like seamlessly into your busy life, right? We cover everything from meal planning, right? And grocery shopping and uh, meal planning, grocery shopping, delicious recipe ideas, understanding nutrition labels, right? And building sustainable habits. You'll get weekly lessons, practical assignments, and direct access to me every week for Q&As. Uh-huh. But the most valuable part is the group aspect. You know, with the group aspect, you'll be part of a supportive community of like-minded people, baby, just like you, all on the same journey. I'm hugging you so much. You'll celebrate, you'll celebrate successes, right? Together, troubleshoot challenges, right? Together. And you'll find accountability that keeps you motivated. It's about building a foundation that lasts, not just for a few weeks either, okay? But for life. I love you so much. That's right. I put my whole heart into this. And you know what? The best part? A new bash begins the first of every single month. Every single month. That's right, baby. A new bash starts up every single month. New sessions of the 12-week whole food plant-based group coaching program. Yes, kick off on the first of every single month. So, no matter what, no matter what, right? No matter when you're listening to this, I'm hugging you. There's a new opportunity just around the corner. To just jump right in, baby. Get in there, jump right in and transform your health, okay? Whether you're preparing for surgery like me, recovering from one, or just, you want to feel your absolute best every single day, right? This program is for you. I'm hugging you. And, to learn more and to reserve your spot for the next session, right? Just please, for the love of everything that is cool, head over to plantbasedbash.com. You can find all the details, honey, all the details. And you know what? You can book a free, no commitment call with me right there anytime, honey, anytime, babe, that works best for you. It's your house. I'd love to connect with you and hear about what you're going through, honey. I look, seriously, folks, I am living proof, me personally, that this way of eating works. And I'm walking this path with you right now, okay? As I prepare for my own surgery. So, as we wrap up today, I hope this episode has given you a much deeper understanding of the incredible, super incredible benefits of a whole food, plant-based diet, and what it has to offer, right? When it comes to major surgery. It truly is a powerful tool, very powerful tool for preparation, support, lots of preparation, lots of support, and accelerated recovery. That's what we all want when we go into surgery. We're going to have surgery, right? Remember, you have more control over your health outcomes than you might think. You really do. And food is one of your most potent allies. So, always, always, always have open conversations, please, with your healthcare team, right? About your dietary choices, though, okay? It's super important, especially around surgery, right? But consider this: you have the power. You have the power to fuel your beautiful body for optimal healing, right? Thank you so, so, so much for hanging out with me today. I love you and I appreciate you. so much for joining me on this personal journey. And if you found this episode, helpful, please share it with a friend, share it with your family, share it with someone you love, right? Who you think might benefit from, watching it too. And remember, check out my 12-week whole food plant-based group coaching program, right? At plantbasedbash.com, and start your own transformation. New sessions, remember, right? New sessions begin on the first of every single month. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, ding that thing, baby. I love you so much. And get in here. Hang out with me every week. I love you so much.